Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your stack of sources and pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge. Today, we're diving into a truly unique set of astrological predictions for the upcoming week of August 18th to 24th, 2025. I'm really curious to see what surprising connections and specific insights we can uncover, because this certainly isn't your everyday horoscope.
Indeed. Our source for this deep dive offers a highly detailed day-by-day astrological forecast. It touches on, well, pretty much everything from global leaders and financial markets to weather patterns and even personal experiences. So our mission for you today is really to distill the key insights from this comprehensive commentary, basically offering you a shortcut to understanding what this particular forecast suggests for the week ahead.
Okay, sounds good. So let's jump right in and see what the stars, according to this unique source, have in store for us. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the week's predictions, this source uses a specific system, Katsaya or coefficients. What exactly does that mean, and how does it help us make sense of these forecasts?
Right. It's essentially a numerical value, positive or negative, and it quantifies how strongly a planetary transit, that's just the movement of a planet, is expected to influence events or individual.
Okay, so like a cosmic score or a rating.
Exactly, yeah. Think of it like a cosmic dimmer switch, maybe. A deeply negative coefficient, like, say, Neptune at -3, suggests a significantly challenging impact, while a positive one, maybe the sun and moon at +3, indicates a very favorable influence. It's a crucial measure in this system.
That.
And the source also makes an important distinction you should know about. It talks about natal planets symbolizing our own behaviors, our tendencies, and then astrological houses symbolize the possibilities, like the areas of life where things might happen to us, finances, relationships, career, that sort of thing.
Ah, okay. So it helps understand the different layers.
Yeah.
Personal tendencies versus external events.
Precisely. It links our personal charts to these broader events predicted in the forecast.
That makes a lot of sense, like your personal cosmic blueprint interacting with the moving planets.
Mhm.
Now, our source flags August 20th as the most intense day of the week.
Mhm.
What makes it so significant? What are the primary planetary forces at play here?
Right. Here's where it gets really interesting because the intensity is, well, quite stark, according to this. August 20th sees Neptune at that deeply negative coefficient we mentioned, -3. And this particular planetary influence is predicted to bring about a period marked by, well, deception, being deceived, kind of blurry or foggy events.
Foggy events.
Yeah, confusion, lack of clarity, and also potential accidents, poisonings, even assassinations.
Wow. Okay.
And what's really insightful here, or at least unique to this source, isn't just what might happen, but how this system weaves together personal planetary placements with geopolitical events. It's almost like a cosmic chess game where individual leaders' charts are seen to dictate international outcomes. This particular Neptunian effect is said to impact especially those with their natal sun and Mars in certain signs. Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. So a wide range. For instance, people with the Pisces placement might find their mood really dampens. And if their natal Mars is in Pisces, the source suggests they might even display deceptive behaviors themselves.
And it gets incredibly specific about how this could affect global figures, right?
What?
Almost framing global politics as a reflection of these alignments.
It really does, which is quite unique. The source highlights that on August 20th, Turkey's President Erdogan, based on his specific chart, needs to be especially careful of Neptunian individuals and also people with certain Mars placements.
And it names names.
It does. The forecast specifically mentions U.S. President Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and French President Macron. It suggests their particular natal Mars placements could lead to deceptive actions against Erdogan.
That's quite pointed.
It is. And what's maybe even more fascinating or alarming, depending on your view, is the explicit prediction about Russian President Putin. With his own natal sun and Mars placements, he could apparently be severely negatively affected by Neptune, facing potential attempts at deception from Trump and Ukraine's President Zelensky. The source even raises the possibility of an assassination attempt or poisoning or maybe an accident for Putin, specifically on this day.
Goodness, that's an incredibly precise and dramatic prediction. So it sounds like this intense energy isn't just from Neptune. You mentioned other planets. Saturn and Mars also seem to play a role on the 20th.
That's a keen observation, yes. Saturn comes in with a 92 coefficient accompanying Neptune. This further challenges individuals with specific natal Sun and Mars placements, especially those with Gemini and Sagittarius prominent in their charts. The source even predicts that Trump, who is a Gemini, while maybe trying to imprison Putin with Neptune's influence.
Trying to imprison.
That's the source's term, yeah, like using deception or confusion. But paradoxically, Trump could become a victim of Saturn himself, facing his own kind of restriction or consequence.
Huh. Interesting dynamic. And Mars.
Mars also carries a Natokatu coefficient, so that points to an increase in conflicts, arguments. Putin and Trump are again singled out as potentially negatively affected, but this time more in their personal spheres, causing arguments related to, whatever house Mars occupies in their individual charts.
Okay, so these intense planetary alignments on August 20th seem to cast a really long shadow, extending beyond global leaders to ripple through financial markets and even affect the weather. What are the predictions there?
Yes, it's predicted to be a difficult day for financial markets, too. The source talks about a potential panicking drop in Bitcoin, a decrease in Brent petrol prices, and a fall in ON silver and the BIST 100 index. And it connects it, for example, linking Bitcoin's predicted drop to its own natal chart, its Sun and Mars in Capricorn, suggesting its structure could feel the pressure.
Its structure, wow.
Yeah. And furthermore, there's a specific warning about increased unfavorable weather conditions and accidents on the 20th. So a broader atmospheric impact is suggested.
Wow, that's a lot to take in for just one day. Makes you wonder if any global leaders are secretly checking their astrological charts for August 20th. But, okay, shifting gears a bit. After that intense midweek, it sounds like things shift. Do we get some relief? What kind of positive influences are coming in later in the week?
Things certainly seem to brighten up significantly according to this forecast, yes. On August 21st and 22nd, Mercury shines with a strong +3 coefficient. That suggests positive developments in communication, an increase in scientific activities, maybe enhanced knowledge and skills for those it positively affects.
Right, like who?
Well, for example, the source predicts that Elon Musk, with his natal Mars in Aquarius, might create a new artificial intelligence or maybe launch a new communication platform around then. And notably, Presidents Erdogan and Putin, both with natal Mars and Sagittarius, could apparently make a significant Mercurian agreement during these days.
A Mercurian agreement, so related to communication, talks.
Exactly. It indicates a potentially positive shift in their interactions, a stark contrast to the 20th.
That is quite a contrast. So as we move towards the very end of the week, what kind of energies can we expect then, particularly on August 23rd?
August 23rd is described as super, that's the word used. Both the Sun and Moon are at a robust +3 coefficient, particularly as they move through Virgo. This transit is expected to bring things like fame, recognition, increased productivity.
Sounds good. Any specifics?
For instance, if you're a rising Leo, that means Leo was on the eastern horizon at your birth time. The source predicts you'll likely see financial gains. And the forecast suggests Erdogan and Putin could again take center stage on the global agenda, but maybe in a more positive light this time. This period is also highlighted for important developments in communication, space, internet, computer-related fields, maybe leading to new scientific breakthroughs.
Okay, positive vibes. And it seems another major player, Uranus, also brings its unique energy to the mix on the 23rd, with some incredibly intriguing and maybe even alarming implications.
Absolutely. Uranus is also at +3 on the 23rd. It can bring strong positive effects for some sparking innovations, sudden breakthroughs, especially for those with natal Mars in Virgo or Pisces. However, it can negatively affect others, like those with natal Sun in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius.
Okay, so a double-edged sword.
Very much so. And this raises, well, the source gives a pretty chilling example here. It warns Israel, based on its specific natal placements, to be cautious of Iran, which has natal Mars in Pisces. Cautious regarding Uranian weapons.
Uranian weapons, what does that even mean?
Well, the source explicitly states this might not be a nuclear weapon, but rather, get this, a more lethal Uranian laboratory virus.
A lab virus.
What?
Seriously. From an astrology report.
I know, it really pushes the boundaries of typical astrological forecasts. It suggests this system might be interpreting these cosmic influences in incredibly literal, maybe alarmingly specific ways, far beyond just good or bad vibes. It really highlights the unique interpretations this particular source offers.
Definitely unique. Any other Uranian effects mentioned?
Yes. Ukraine, with natal Mars in Virgo, is predicted to receive very positive effects from Uranus. But interestingly, this could apparently be used against President Zelensky. He might face Uranian blows from his own country, maybe in response to those Neptunian tricks predicted for him back on the 20th.
Wow, the plot thickens. It's like a whole geopolitical drama written in the stars, according to this source.
Mhm.
Okay, beyond the personal and political, this report also delves into larger scale stuff, right?
Mm.
Like earthquakes and general market trends for the week.
Yes, it does. The source identifies August 18th, the start of a week, as an earthquake intersection point, suggesting an increased likelihood of strong earthquakes, especially on weak fault lines. And this is sort of corroborated by detailed earthquake coefficients provided for the whole week, with spikes noted particularly on August 18th and again on August 22nd.
Does it say where?
It does, using a technique called astrocartography, mapping planetary lines onto geographic locations. It identifies specific regions globally that it flags as particularly susceptible to severe earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, fires, explosions, even terror and violence on August 22nd. This is apparently due to negative Venus, Pluto, and Mars lines crossing over these areas.
Which areas are we talking about?
It's a long list. Parts of India, Singapore, Malaysia, China, Taiwan, Thailand, New Caledonia, New Zealand. Also the North Pole, Alaska, parts of America, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Ecuador, Peru. And across the Atlantic, Algeria, Libya, Italy, the Mediterranean offshore near Malta, France, Belgium, Germany, Denmark, and Norway.
Okay, quite a global spread flag for the 22nd. And we covered the dramatic financial drops predicted for the 20th, but does this forecast indicate any broader market trends? Any upsides on other days?
It does offer a few more predictions, yes. The source forecasts ONS gold potentially rising on August 21st, and both ONS silver and Brent petrol possibly rising on August 23rd, aligning with that Super Day energy. Ethereum is also predicted to rise, but on August 19th and then again on the 24th.
Interesting how specific it is for different assets.
Yeah, and the source even mentions using unique astrological calculations for each, like looking at Bitcoin's chart to forecast its movements. It offers a really granular view, at least from the specific astrological perspective.
Okay. Now, our source also includes a section on how all these transits relate to your personal chart, the listener's chart, specifically mentioning the rising sign and astrological houses. How can listeners connect with this information? How does it apply to them personally?
Right, this brings it down to the individual level. The source provides a concise summary for each rising sign. It indicates which house, which area of life will be most affected by that challenging Neptune transit on August 20th, and then which house gets the positive boost from the sun and moon on that super day, August 23rd.
Give you an example.
Sure. Let's say you're a rising Aries. The source suggests your first house, which often represents yourself, your identity, how you project yourself is impacted by Neptune negatively on the 20th. Maybe feeling confused or unsure of yourself. But then on the 23rd, your sixth house relating to daily routines, work, health, gets that super positive +3 boost from the sun and moon. So maybe a productive day at work or starting a healthy habit.
Okay, I see. And maybe one more.
How about rising Leo? They'd see their ninth house connected to things like travel, higher learning, philosophy impacted by Neptune on the 20th, perhaps confusion around beliefs or travel plans, but then their second house, which governs personal finances, income, possessions, gets the positive hit on the 23rd, and that's where the prediction for potential financial gains comes in for them.
Right. So it highlights the practical application, showing where these big cosmic energies might focus for you in different areas of your life.
Exactly. Whether it's your identity, finances, relationships, career, it tries to pinpoint where the energy lands.
What a journey through this upcoming week of astrological predictions. Seriously, we've unpacked everything from, wow, intense global political dynamics and specific market shifts to major natural phenomena and even those personal insights, all through the unique lens of this forecast.
Exactly. This deep dive into our source material has hopefully provided you, the listener, a shortcut to understanding a very specific, very detailed astrological perspective on August 18th through 24th, 2025. It really is a testament to how different lenses, different systems can offer such distinct views of potential events and influences, hopefully offering you that aha moment of connecting diverse information.
So what does this all mean in the end? As you reflect on these predictions, I mean, for the potential for a Uranian laboratory viruses and specific geopolitical maneuvering, to
Yeah.
major agreements and market fluctuations, it truly makes you consider the diverse ways people interpret the intricate dance between celestial bodies and earthly events. How does knowing about these specific astrological forecasts influence your perspective on the week ahead, or even just your understanding of the complex web of global happenings?
Indeed. And it's crucial to remember, as our source itself reminds us, these are interpretations. They're presented not as investment advice, and there's even a note about potential shifts in timing of up to ±3 days. Ultimately, it's about exploring the possibilities, maybe broadening your perspective on the world around us, and just appreciating the sheer range of ways we humans try to make sense of the future.